Okay, it is March 31st, 2015, 11:14 a.m. Calling Sue Ann Groover, the superintendent of the Prior Lake Savage School District.
Good morning, Prior Lake Cemetery Schools.
Yeah, this is Terry Nemmers. How are you doing today?
Good.
Well, that's good. Is Dr. Groover in today?
She is, but she's at lunch right now. She should be back, maybe 45 minutes or so. Would you like a voicemail?
Well, is Martha Waltz in?
Speaking.
Oh, Martha. Okay. I guess you didn't identify yourself, or I didn't catch you when you said, or if you even identified yourself. Anyhow, I just sent an email to the superintendent.
Okay.
It's an email asking why you're even considering Superintendent Gronseth for the job. Apparently, your superintendent's retiring.
Yes, she is.
Yeah. Anyhow, it's asking why you'd even consider him, because he's currently illegally withholding free electronic public information from me, and apparently from school board member Art Johnston too. I've been receiving some harassing emails from the former school board and the current school board chair. The previous school board chair, Murneke, was sending me harassing emails, and I'm the current school board chair, Punyko. She's hung up on me. Her husband's harassed me on the phone, trying to talk to her about this illegal withheld free electronic information. There was a school, Art Johnston proposed a resolution to have an investigation into the school board, some outside agency investigate the school board for illegal withholding free electronic information. Apparently there's a long history of them illegal withholding free electronic information. So, and of course, who's behind it all is the superintendent, and of course their lawyers. Apparently their lawyers have been advising them to harass people and illegally withhold free electronic public information. So my email has a copy of a call that I made to board chair Punyko on there, and it also has the meeting where school board member Johnston introduces this resolution, so you can hear the whole thing there. And I've got some other conversations where board chair Punyko hangs up on me. That's going to be going up on the internet here soon too. So, I guess if you want someone who's a common criminal who thinks and acts like they're above the law, then I think you don't have to look any further than Superintendent Gronseth. And also, my email is also a data request for free electronic information for the affidavit of candidacy for your school board members. So I'd like to have that emailed to me, please.
Okay, a couple of them are online under our election information on our website.
A couple of them are?
I believe the recent ones are, yep.
Okay, well, what about the ones that aren't there then?
I can check on that. I know that there was a data information, something that was just passed this past May, that we put the affidavits online, so I'm not sure on the past ones, but we've got them on file somewhere, so I could edit them, no problem.
Okay. Well, if you
actually, there's 5 of them on there, so 2 are missing.
Okay. Well, if you could just send me the link to where that is, because I'm not familiar with your site. I'm sure you're more familiar with it than I am.
Okay.
It would take,
Okay, do you have a pen? I can give you the website address.
Well, I actually am on your website, but the thing is, all you...
So under school board and under election information.
Okay.
And then there's 5 of the affidavits list posted there. Those are the 5 that ran this past election period.
Okay, I don't. What did you say I'm supposed to look for? Election.
It's under school board. It's about us. And then if you click on school board, and then there's election information.
Okay. Affidavit campaign finance. Okay. Okay, I'm in the right spot then. So you have Wulf, Stacy Rule, Todd Sorensen, Ben Hansen, and Melissa Inger.
Inger. Yep.
Right. So then you're missing.
Rittenauer and White.
Okay, so then you're able to find them and email them to me.
Sure. And your email is?
I already sent you my email. It's in.
You did. Okay.
It's in your email box right now. I sent this email to you and to Superintendent Groover there. So.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Well, thank you so much.
Okay, you bet.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye. Okay, March 31st, 2015, 12:18 p.m. Calling Sue N. Groover, Superintendent of Prior Lake Savage School District.
Hi, you've reached Martha Walsh with Prior Lake Savage Area Schools. I'm temporarily away from my desk. Please leave a message, and I will call you back as soon as I return. Thanks for calling, and have a great day. To speak to the operator, press 0. To leave this person a message, press 1. To speak to the operator, you are being transferred to the attendant. Prior Lake Savage Area Schools.
Yes, how are you doing today?
Good.
Well, that's good. Is Superintendent Groover in?
Let me ring her for you.
Thank you.
Hello, this is Sue Ann Groover. I'm sorry to have missed your phone call. If you leave your name, phone number, and a brief message, I'll get back to you as soon as I'm at my desk. Thank you and have a great day. You may start your message now. Press 0 to return to the attendant.
Superintendent Groover, this is Terry Nemmers, 320-283-5713. I called about an hour ago or so, talked to your Martha Walsh. I sent you an email earlier today. Apparently you received it because I see that you're, at least someone for the Prior Lake School District is on my website, IP address 206-131-129182, looking at the information about Superintendent Gronseth. I guess if you want a common criminal for your replacement, then I would say that Superintendent Gronseth is your choice. He is conspiring with the school board to illegally withhold free electronic information from me. It's a matter of the public record that School Board Johnston and Welty tried to pass a resolution to have an outside investigation into the school district, which would be Superintendent Gronseth illegally withholding free electronic public information. Of course, that was voted down, no surprise, because apparently the same people who are trying to, harass me and board member Johnston, the same people who are voting against the investigation into the school board and into the school for illegal withholding free electronic information. And apparently Superintendent Gronseth spends an enormous amount of time, or at least someone from the school district is on my website on a regular basis. You can see from the link that you were on, Duluth Police Chief Gordon Ramsey notified ISD School District 709 Board Chair Salinga legal withholding free electronic public data. So, that's the thing. They spend all sorts of public money harassing people and illegal withholding free electronic information. So again, if that's what you're looking for as a replacement for you, then obviously Mr. Gronseth is your choice. Terry Nemmers, 320-283-5713. Bye.
Circumstances in which the school board did not vote to waive the attorney-client privilege. Secondly, Mr. Welty has been advised on several occasions of the importance of data privacy. The above described conduct demonstrates that Mr. Welty abdicated his responsibilities as a member of the school board in favor of his personal interest.
Okay, then you would move that.
Second.
Seconded by Member Welty. The motion for the adoption of the foregoing resolution was duly seconded by Member Welty, and upon a roll call, we will have a vote, but first we are going to have discussion. Thank you. It's been moved and seconded for the motion. Member Johnston.
I see what's going on here again. I see our attorney sitting up there making it as $25,000 or $3,000 for this trip up here. I also understand that he was the one that recommended that we throw in the racist comment for me and the charges against me.
That's out of order. Let's just stick with the resolution.
Well, since this attorney has also drafted this one, I think he's suspecting that when he's making $25,000 to $3,000, it's pretty disgusting. I think people in this community should know how much money we're paying attorneys. We paid him, I believe, $60,000 this year. At least $20,000 went against me. Who knows how much this is going to be after that? So I think the public should know that the attorney that's representing this district is actually an ambulance chaser. He's going everything he can, throwing things like racist comments.
Please do not resort to that.
I do have
Finish up?
yes, I do. I'm going to make a motion to delete and substitute this amendment.
No,
yes, I am.
Motion, you can
making a motion to delete and substitute.
Okay.
Okay, this is the resolution that I'm substituting. 1. Resolution, investigation of the district lack of compliance with Government Data Practices Act. Whereas on February 26, 2013, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709, St. Louis County, concerning increases in cost of the long-range facility plan, soft costs of the long-range facility plan, soft costs, change orders, energy and sustainability designs, and compliance with that. This request has only been partially, almost not at all, complied with. Whereas on April 24, 2014, this request was submitted to Independent School District 709 concerning change orders between ISD 709 and Johnson Controls Incorporated. Whereas on August 11, 2014, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709, St. Louis County, requesting all emails, documents, memos, notes, call logs, and meetings involving any school board member, any attorneys, the superintendent and his cabinet containing Art Johnston or Jane Bushy from September 5, 2013 to the present. Whereas August 18, 2014, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709, requesting all communication between ISD 709, Attorney Kevin Rupp, Flinsky, Mark, and Johnson, and any contacts with the firm Flinsky, Mark, and Johnson containing to the investigation looking into allegations concerning member Art Johnston, and the fact that ISD has not responded to that request. Whereas on August 18, 2014, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709, requesting all communications, including emails, memos, documents, notes, call logs, and meetings between Independent School District 709, superintendent or his cabinet, including staff, including Lincoln Park Middle School administration, and any school board members concerning the elimination of community outreach program, and the fact that ISD has not responded to that request. Whereas on September 2nd, 2014, a request was submitted to Independent School District 709 requesting all communication between its employees, elected officials, agents of Independent School District 709 on one hand, the officers, employees, agents at Johnson Controls on the other hand, concerning the subject matter of change orders entered into between ISD 709 and Johnson Controls dated January 13th, 2012, and November 30th, 2009. And the fact that ISD has not responded to that request. Therefore, be it resolved, the school board hereby authorizes an investigation into why these Government Data Practices Acts have not been complied with the investigation to be conducted by the law firm Dryle, Swilarski, Knudsen, and Palmerville, LT.
Second. It's been seconded by Member Welty. All in favor, say aye.
Mr. Chairman, this requires discussion.
Okay, discussion. Loeffler-Kemp, did you want to discuss this or?
Not this.
Okay, we'll stick to the amendment. Member Sliga-Punko, did you want to hit your button?
No, I just wanted to discuss the resolution.
We'll go to that. And Member Johnston.
Sure. The reason I'm doing this is that I think that it's important that the public know, and also other school board members that pretend they don't know, that this school administration, the superintendent, staff of this administration, including the school board, have repeatedly violated the Minnesota Government Data Practices Act with no impunity whatsoever, without even responding. I think I listed 6 of these. I had one brief thing. I got one paragraph back on the other one. Other one said, "Oh, we'll respond here any time." It's been 3 months. Other one has been over a year. And I think that to have this board go forward with such outlandish actions against a board member when they themselves repeatedly violate the Minnesota Government Data Practices Act is really unconscionable. And so I'm asking people to vote for this. If they want to have this district comply with Government Data Practices Act, that we should vote in favor of this amendment to finally make things right in this district.
Member Welty?
I find this a very surprising and interesting amendment. I do not predict that it will pass, but it has to do with the subject of the first resolution, which is information, what should be made available to the public. The original resolution calls for the censure of me for releasing information, and I'll have comments to make should this amendment fail. But I do think that Member Johnston has made a very good point. This school district, administration, school board, has lived and died by the withholding of information on the assumption that any bad information whatsoever is looking backwards. And I have been aware of many requests by Art Johnson over the course of 4 years, and before him 2 years worth of Gary Glass's requests, and they have been routinely denied. And when people are routinely denied access to what should be public information, for instance, where $84 million of public spending went on soft costs, it leads to suspicions. And this is a school district, it is desperately in need of building trust with the public. And I have sympathized with Art Johnson, even when I was not terribly happy with him a few years ago, because he has constantly asked for information, such as these most recent examples, which should be made available made available to him at some reasonable way, perhaps with some charges, but he has constantly been denied. And yet I have been called on the carpet because I think, quite reasonably been found guilty, or will soon be found guilty. I'll find myself guilty of releasing information that I know I should not have released. In fact, I intend to vote for the censure motion, although there are some points of it I would like to ask about. But I do think Member Johnson is, and I will reiterate, completely right in making a point that when the school board acts in a capricious fashion and only releases that data which it wants to and actively encourages the administration to withhold other public data from a minority, it is not acting in the best interests of our community, our schools, or our children.
Member Johnston?
Sure, I'd just like to add to that. Mr. Wulf, you reminded me of an issue that we got that was written by our attorney Rupp that was sent out by Bill Hansen to us on the cover letter of this 67-page report about me. I said anybody violating such Data Practice Act request of the Minnesota Government Data Practice Act is liable for a $15,000 fine. Of course, I've been waiting to have the superintendent be given a fining himself $15,000, and also remember here 2 months ago when our Human Resource Director violated Data Practice Act talking about my marital status and an employee's marital status. I've been expecting to get $15,000 or $30,000 the school should be having now, so I'm certainly looking forward to that. And I'm saying that somewhat facetiously because knowing this board and the superintendent, this administration, that certainly probably won't happen. But it should be happening. So instead, this board is going after Member Welty for a censorship thing. He's already admitted publicly that maybe that wasn't such a good thing to say. But I think that here we have blatant things where our own financial director says that people, the two people that I mentioned, not Mr. Welty, should be given $15,000 fines, and nothing is happening whatsoever. It's been very surprising that nothing happens. But yet I hear on Saturday morning that, hey, we're going to have suddenly a meeting on Monday. I think it was done in the just of Christmas spirit. So that was really nice. I think that I would also like to make, again, on this one, I think that here, if we have an investigation into the superintendent, I think that is long, long overdue. And I think this would get us back on the right track as a board to have transparency and moving forward, finally, to have some accountability and transparency that this people in this community are really getting a little bit tired of going after the superintendent and 5 or is it 3 board members going after other ones. I think it's really unconscionable, and it would be a good statement finally to make to the public that yes, we're going to finally do something right and have an investigation into the superintendent.
Member Welty?
Thank you, Member Johnston. I guess I would make this comment. If it is true, and I suspect it is, that the Director of Human Relations and the Superintendent have released data private information, then I am in very good company indeed.
All in favor of the amendment signify by saying aye. All opposed say aye. No.
No.
Let's do this one more time. There's a motion to amend. All in favor of amending the motion, or of the amendment motion, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
And opposed, no. No. That fails 2 to 5. Okay, we'll vote.